I had never been the type of person come home early from work. My routine was always predictable, a constant flow of 9-5 with occasional weekend planned. But on that day, something said me immediately early. I had no idea that make it feel would lead me to the most gut-wrenching discovery of my life. When I arrived at the front door, I expected the usual scene, a warm hearth, the smell of dinner cooking, maybe my wife, Laura, sitting on the couch with her book, or working at the kitchen table. But instead, the house was eerily still. The soft hum of the refrigerator was the only sound, and that strange, half-feastiness fed there. I dug my keys into the bowl by the door and stood still for a moment, trying to process what felt off. It was a trait. My senses were on edge as I glanced around. That I saw it. A note, placed neatly on the kitchen counter, folded with careful precision. The kind of food she always used to write something on board. My heart skipped a bit as I brushed it. My mind rushed with questions. Who was this? Why was it here? Why had she left it? I picked it up, and folded the bulb with a sense of dread. My eyes scanned the words, which seemed too deliberate to be a simple misunderstanding. I'm sorry for the phrase. I didn't know how to tell you. I hope you can understand. Please forgive me. A chill ran down my spine. What did she mean by the phrase? My breath quickened as I stared at the note, my thoughts spiraled. Was she leaving? Had something happened that I wasn't aware of? I felt my stomach twist and nose, did not feel like what I could but do. The silence around me deepened, and as I looked around the room, I noticed her laptop sitting open on the kitchen table. This was strange too. She never left it at like that. I tried to dismiss the thought, but my curiosity got the better of me. My hand shook as I walked toward the table, the nose in my clasp. I wasn't sure what I was expected to find, but my mind screamed at me to open it, to find out what was happening. With hesitation, I clicked open her email. The screen blinked to life, and I thought for a moment, wondered if I should just walk away. But the bolt-in cover the truth was too strong. I clicked on the first email that appeared at the top of her inbox. It was from a man I did recognize, someone named Joe. The subject line read, "Last night was perfect. We can't let anyone find out, but I can't stop thinking about you." My heart burned in my chest. I stared at the words for a few seconds, trying to make sense of them, but it felt like the ground beneath me was slipping away. I read it again, slower this time, and the weight of the realization hit me like a ton of bricks. My mind tried to process the implications. This wasn't some honest mistake. This was something much darker. There was no denying that. I clicked to open the email. "Last night was perfect. I'm sorry we had to hide it, but we can't let anyone know. I think about you all the time." I couldn't breathe. My thoughts turned into a blur of disbelief. This isn't happening. This can't be real. But as I read more, the emails between them became clear. The threat, the promise, the emotion attachment, it was all there. It felt like the room was spinning, and the reality of what I was ready to cover my mind like go for all force. The words on the screen burned into nothingness as I clicked through more emails. I needed to know more. I had to know just how long this had been going on. More messages, each one more intimate, more damning. One email stood out among the others. It was from Laura, my wife. "I miss you. I know this is supposed to happen, but I can't stop thinking about you. We need to be careful, but I don't know how much longer I can keep this for my husband. Please, let's talk soon." The room felt colder, and my fingers trembled as I clicked on more. It was clear now, this was no longer a mistake or a one-time affair. This was an ongoing relationship, one that had been hid from me for God knows how long. I couldn't bring myself to shut the laptop. I couldn't stop reading. Each email was like a dagger to my chest, each word, each sentence, getting deeper into my heart. How had she kept this from me? How had she looked at me every day and smiled, "Oh, we'll carry on with someone else"? But the pain of betrayal wasn't just in the words. It was in the actions that came afterward. I sat there, trying to process the emails, the notes, the messages. The realization was too much for me to take in all at once. She had been half of an affair. She had been laying at me for months, maybe longer. I thought back to all the times we'd spent together, the intimate moments, the smiles, the laughter. I had trusted her with the phrase. And never, I didn't even know who she was. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps behind me broke through my thoughts. I spun around, my heart raced, and there she was, standing in the door of the kitchen, looking at me with wide eyes. Her gaze flickered the laptop, then back to me. She knew. She knew what I had found. The guilt on her face was unmistakable, and yet, there was something else too. Fear. Fear of what would come next. I didn't know how to react. Anger surged through me, but it was tempered with a deep sense of heart, of betrayal. I couldn't even speak at first. The weight of a phrase, the lies, the deceit, the heartbreak, was crushing me. Lower, I finally managed to say, my face rose. Oui. Her face crumbled as she stepped forward, her eyes brimmed with tears. I didn't mean for it to happen, she whispered. I nearly meant to hurt you. It just happened. I stood up, shaking my head. You didn't mean to hurt me. You've been lying at me for months. How could you do this? How could you betray me like this? She stepped closer, reaching for me, but I bowed her. No. Don't touch me. Tears streamed over her face as she stood there, vulnerable and broke, but I couldn't bring myself to feel sorry for her. How could I? She had broke the trust we'd built, and I didn't know how to pick up the piece. I don't know what to say, she whispered. I'm so sorry. Please, can we talk about this? I stared at her, my mind in turmoil. There was a part of me that wanted to scream, shout at her, to demand answers. But the pain of betrayal, of realizing that everything I thought I knew better left together was a lie, was too overwhelming. How could I ever look at her the same way again? I need time, I said faintly, my face state with emotion. I need to think about everything. I need space. She nodded, her face crumbling further as she sat down, the weight of her actions finally sinking. But for me, it was too late. The trust was shattered, and no matter what happened next, things could never go back to where they were. I walked out of the kitchen, the notes in my hand, my mind spinning with the phrase I had just uncovered. My world had been turned upside down this span of a few minutes, and I didn't know how I would move forward from here. All I knew was that nothing would ever be the same again.